Hello, this is Rick Gutierrez, and I thank you for participating in our shade cloth dome cover program here to help assist our mission in South Africa. These are components of a kit that I'll be distributing to people who are helping us throughout the United States. The dome covers that you make will last approximately 15 years and will be used for tree nurseries, for plant nurseries, and also for meeting places for Discovering God Together Bible groups and medical screening as well. Here's what comes in each kit. First, you have laminated sheets. These are the directions, the main scheme for the dome cover. This is a two-sided sheet which gives directions on how to make the dome covers. And I'm also going to make a video that will also show the process. This is a pentagon and a hexagon, which are the angles that are cut into each of these four pieces of PVC tubing. The red is the pentagon angle. This will only be used when you have two red pieces coming together in a triangle. The clear PVC pieces can take any color, and you'll understand better as we continue. Finally, you'll need some shade cloth. This is 60% shade cloth that I got from Amazon. 100 feet long, 5 feet 10 wide. It cost about $79. This would be suitable for what we're doing here. For PVC, you'll use 1 inch internal diameter, schedule 40 PVC, which is about 1 1/4 inches external diameter, and you'll precisely cut 3 blue pieces measuring 4 feet 10 1/4 inches, 1 black piece measuring 4 feet 8 1/8 inches, 2 red pieces measuring 4 feet 1 1/8 inches, and 1 yellow piece measuring 4 feet 8 3/4 inches. To make one set of jigs, you'll need 4 10-feet sections of Schedule D 1 inch internal diameter PVC, yielding 8 cut pieces. 3 blues, 2 reds, 1 black, 1 yellow, and 1 leftover piece. For this next step, it's very helpful to have a set of drills, one narrow for pilot holes, and the other 5/16 of an inch. Take each piece of PVC and secure it in a vise. Have the writing facing up because we want to create 2 holes precisely parallel to each other on either end. Drill a pilot hole, then drill your 5/16 hole straight through both ends of the pipe. Flip the pipe and be sure that the hole is facing straight up on the opposite end. When you drill, be sure holes are parallel. Drill your pilot hole, then use your 5/16 inch drill to drill through. When you remove each piece, inspect that the holes are on both ends are parallel, facing the same directions. Continue until you finish your set. You'll need 3 blues measuring 4 feet 10 1/4 inches, 1 black measuring 4 foot 8 1/8 inches, 2 reds measuring 4 foot 1 1/8 inches, and 1 yellow measuring 4 foot 8 3/4 inches. You can make as many sets as you think you need, or you can have 3 triangles, but the minimal set gives you enough pieces. It will cost you approximately $35 worth of PVC to make one of these jigs, but they're very useful. When you're finished, you'll have a set of neatly drilled Schedule 40 PVC 1-inch internal diameter with two 5/16 inch holes drilled in the end, approximately ½ inch from the end. Then you can continue. Now we're going to work with the 4-inch PVC. We're going to measure every 1½ inches, and we're going to do this 3 times around the circumference of the 4-inch PVC. I like to use a Sharpie pen for this. Just precisely mark each 1.5 inches. The 1½ inch is going to be the center, and the 3 inch is going to be the cut line. Each 3 inches will equal one of what we call the collar piece. The collar is the outside, and a 2-inch PVC will be used to make the internal neck piece of the hub. We want to measure around the circumference of the 4-inch PVC about 3 times, marking every 1½ inches. Once you have it marked off every 1½ inches, take some cable ties, place around the circumference, and start marking off every 1½ inches from one end to the other. At some point you're going to want to cut the PVC because it's hard to work with. You might, for instance, pick 30 inches or 15 inches or some multiple of 1½ inches or 3 as your cutting point. By starting from one end, we can pull the cable tie down and it won't make a smear. We can work our way down the PVC, cutting occasionally so that we have a workable segment of PVC. We're going to saw every 3 inches, leaving the line at 1½ inches as a center line for each piece when we're done working. Continue on until you have enough segments that you can do the next step, which is going to be drilling holes at the appropriate angles to make the pieces that we need. For the red pieces, it's going to be a 72-degree angle between holes, and for all other pieces and all other ends, it's going to be a 60-degree angle. By suspending the 4-inch PVC and rotating, a smooth line can be drawn with very little force. By perfectly balancing the PVC, you can see it's very easy to have neat lines. Draw about 20 of these lines every 1½ inches, then you'll have 30 inches long, enough to cut 10 pieces of collar. This is convenient. Notice how all the red pieces center. The angle is like a pentagon. The angles between the center of a pentagon are 72 degrees. Using a PVC collar like this, or neck piece, center it down exactly on the center of the pentagon to make the red 72 degree angle ends. When you're confident that you've had it well centered, mark where the line meets the outside edge, just as I'm doing here. I'm using red to denote that this is the angle between the red pieces, which is 72 degrees. Now that I've got it marked on the outside, I'm going to extend the mark along the inner rim so that it's easy to see when I place the 4-inch PVC and nest it within this. Then I'll see exactly where my lines are supposed to go. The other pieces of PVC, you'll use the hexagon and the 60-degree angle between the two holes. Now we select a piece of PVC that we've already cut and we nest it. Now we're going to use a leveler and a straight edge. We're going to create a vertical line using the level. You can tell that it's vertical. The base of the ruler is exactly on the red, and we're going to draw a line straight up or down. This is where we're going to drill one of our holes. Now I'm rotating it to the second position where I've drawn the red. We're going to make a straight up and down measurement using the level carefully. We're going to draw the line, and then I will have two red lines on the circumference of the 4-inch PVC that are 72 degrees away from each other on the surface. These will be our targets for doing the drilling at our next step. That's a 72-degree angle we're going to use for the pentagon connection piece. That's where the red spars come together at the vertex of a triangle, or if you will, at the center of the pentagon. For this drilling, I'm using a 35mm Forstner drill bit. All you need is a drill that's slightly larger than the PVC, as this one is here. Wide enough for this 1-inch internal diameter pipe. South Africa, I'd use a drill press to do this, but since I don't have that available to me, I'll just drill straight up and down using a vise, taking careful control not to let the drill slip. And as you can see, there's only 2 rows of holes, 72 degrees off of each other, and I'm just going to keep cutting all the way down. Every other line, the center line between the 2 holes will be the place that I saw around to create the 4-inch PVC collar in the hub and collar system. I'll take 2-inch PVC and cut that in 2-inch lengths to be the neck or the internal part of the collar neck system of hubs. Once you've sawed about halfway through or cut about halfway through your pipe, then you rotate the pipe or flip it over and saw in the other direction. Eventually, you'll use a saw, a hack saw, or you could use a chop saw if you had a big one, to cut the segments 3 inches. I like to use a file to clean the pieces up so there's no rough edges or sharp edges that could cut somebody. You'll put red tape around the holes to denote the 72-degree angle. You'll use this for the red, red, black triangles. The blue, blue, blue triangles will use a 60-degree angle hexagon pattern, as will the blue, black, yellow triangle. Flip the piece cut from the other end and you're finished after sawing up all the pieces.